Hello students, good morning to all. Today I am going to explain menstrual cycle. Student, the rhythmic series of changes that occur in reproductive organ of female primates like monkeys, apes and human being is called menstrual cycle. Student, female primate के रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स में लगातार कुछ रिदमिक चेंजेस होते हैं. दीज आर कॉल्ड menstrual cycle. It is repeated at an average interval of about 28 or 29 days. menstrual cycle हमेशा 28 या 29 दिन के बाद एक एवरेज इंटरवल के बाद रिपीट हो जाती है. द फर्स्ट अपीयरेंस ऑफ मेंस्ट्रुएशन एट प्यूबर्टी इज कॉल्ड मेनार्ची. प्यूबर्टी से इसका स्टार्टिंग होती है. फर्स्ट अपीयरेंस जो मेंस्ट्रुएशन का होता है वो प्यूबर्टी से होता है और दिस इज कॉल्ड मेनार्ची. Student, menstrual cycle has 4 phases. These are menstrual phase, follicular phase, that is also called proliferative phase, ovulatory phase, luteal phase. Luteal phase is also known as secretory phase. In this way, you can understand what is menstrual cycle. Now, I will explain here the different phases of menstrual cycle. Now, first phase of menstrual cycle is menstrual phase. In this phase, menstrual flow results due to breakdown of endometrial lining of uterus and its blood vessel that are discharged through vagina. Student, in this diagram you can see first phase is menstrual phase. In this phase, breakdown of endometrial lining of uterus takes place and blood vessels that are discharged through vagina. The unfertilized egg and soft tissue are discharged. It lasts for 3 to 5 days. It occurs only if released ovum is not fertilized. Student, इस फेज में मेंस्ट्रुअल फ्लो होने लगता है. ये जो है एंड्रोमेट्रियल यूट्रस की जो एंड्रोमेट्रियल लाइनिंग होती है उसकी ब्रेकडाउन की वजह से होता है. ये 3 से 5 दिन में ख़त्म हो जाता है, जिसमें डेड अनफर्टिलाइज्ड एग और जो लाइनिंग ऑफ यूट्रस है जिसे एंड्रोमेट्रियल लाइनिंग कहते हैं वो डिस्चार्ज होती है थ्रू वजाइना. सो दिस फेज इज नोन एज मेंस्ट्रुअल फेज. Student, now I explain second phase, follicular phase. Student, in this phase, the primary follicles in the ovary grow and become a fully mature Graafian follicle. The endometrium of uterus is regenerated due to secretion of LH and FSH from the anterior pituitary and ovarian hormone estrogen. It lasts for about 10 to 14 days. स्टूडेंट, इस फेज में प्राइमरी फॉलिकल्स ओवरी के अंदर ग्रो हो जाते हैं और एक मैच्योर ग्राफियन फॉलिकल के फॉर्म में तैयार हो जाते हैं. या वी कैन से दैट become a fully mature Graafian follicle. एक फुली मैच्योर ग्राफियन फॉलिकल बन जाता है। द जो एंड्रोमेट्रियम यूट्रस की होती है वो रीजनरेट हो जाती है। रीजनरेट क्यों होती है, इसकी वजह है जो एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड और ओवरी का जो हार्मोन, ओवरी के हार्मोन जिसे ईस्ट्रोजन कहते हैं, और एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड से जो हार्मोन दो रिलीज होते हैं, LH और FSH, इन हार्मोन्स की वजह से एंड्रोमेट्रियम रीजनरेट हो जाती है। ये फेज़ 10 to 14 डेज के अंदर ख़त्म हो जाता है। नाउ थर्ड फेज ऑफ मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल इज ओव्यूलेटरी फेज। In this phase, rapid secretion of LH leading to its maximum level during mid-cycle called LH surge. This maximum level of LH induces the rupture of Graafian follicle, thereby leading to ovulation for releasing of ovum. It lasts for only about 48 hours. स्टूडेंट, इस फेज में LH हार्मोन का सिक्रीशन बहुत तेज़ी से होता है, जिससे उसका लेवल मैक्सिमम हो जाता है ड्यूरिंग मिड साइकिल। दिस इज कॉल्ड LH सर्गी। LH कि जब मैक्सिमम लेवल हो जाने की वजह से ग्राफियन फॉलिकल रप्चर हो जाता है और ओव्यूलेशन टेक्स प्लेस हो जाता है, जिससे ओवम रिलीज हो जाता है ओवरी से। ये ओव्यूलेटरी फेज 48 आवर्स में लॉस्ट हो जाती है। So in this way we can understand ovulatory phase. Now fourth phase of menstrual cycle is luteal phase. In this phase the ruptured follicle changes into corpus luteum in the ovary and it begins to secrete the hormone progesterone, which is essential for maintenance of endometrium. The endometrium thickens further and their glands secrete a fluid into the uterus. If ovum is not fertilized, the corpus luteum undergoes degeneration and this causes the disintegration of endometrium, leading to menstruation. Estrogen and progesterone level rise during this phase. It lasts for only 10 to 14 days. Now student, this is the important point of menstrual cycle. During pregnancy, all events of menstrual cycle stop and there is no menstruation. स्टूडेंट, फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद जब फीमेल प्रेग्नेंट होती है तो प्रेगनेंसी के दौरान सभी मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल बंद हो जाते हैं और कोई मेंस्ट्रुएशन नहीं होता है। द मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल परमानेंटली स्टॉप्स इन फीमेल एट द एज अराउंड 50 ईयर्स। 50 साल के लगभग एज में फीमेल की जो मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल है वो पूरी तरीके से रुक जाती है। दिस इज कॉल्ड मेनोपॉज। इसी को मेनोपॉज कहा जाता है।
Transverse section of ovum. Ovary contains large number of sac-like structures called as Graafian follicles or ovarian follicles. Graafian follicles has centrally located cell which is large called ovum. When ovum matures, the follicles ruptures and releases the ovum. The ruptured follicle is known as corpus luteum. Every time one follicle matures and releases one ovum into the body cavity. Ovulation. As the follicle matures or ripens, it projects out from the ovarian surface as a small cyst-like oval swelling which bursts to liberate the ovum. This process is called as ovulation. Menstrual cycle. In young girls, Graafian follicles do not reach maturity. They begin to open only when the puberty commences in the girl. Time for puberty in the female is 10 to 15 years. All changes undergone by a young girl during puberty are due to pituitary gonadotropins, which stimulates the ovaries. Ovaries, on stimulation, secrete some specific hormones, especially the estrogen and progesterone, which regulate the development of primary and secondary sex characters of female. Menstruation begins about 15 days after ovulation and lasts about 2 to 5 days. Under the influence of follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, an ovum and its follicle matures. This follicle secretes an increased amount of estrogen, which stimulates the regrowth of the endometrium. The increased production of estrogen triggers the production of LH, an example of the feedback. Paradoxically, at the end of the cycle, LH and FSH production declines as a result of the increased concentration of progesterone and estrogen. Menstrual cycle involves proliferative phase. Proliferative phase is also called as follicular phase or stage of repair. In this stage, proliferation repairing of endometrial lining takes place. Ovulatory phase. During this period, ovulation takes place and body temperature rises, which remains high until the onset of next menstrual period. Secretory phase. Secretory phases under the control of progesterone and estrogen secreted in corpus luteum, also known as progravid phase, prepares endometrium for pregnancy and implantation. Destructive phase. Destructive phase is also called as stage of menstrual flow, which lasts for 3 to 5 days. During pregnancy, it does not retain the corpus luteum. It is replaced by scar tissue called as corpus albicans. In human beings, menstrual cycle ceases around 50 years. That is termed as menopause. Cyclic menstruation is an indication of normal reproductive phase and extends between menarche and menopause.